Well, hello there. This is Will, and I'm going to make a video today on truth tables. And this is really just how to construct a truth table in general. Um, and we'll go over something more detailed a little bit later with respect to arguments and truth tables and their validities. But for the moment, just realize we're constructing the basic rows and columns, and we're trying to figure out how uh, the whole thing works. So let's just kind of begin. We're going to start with a little bit of math here. So maybe all of us remember 2 to the n. The n is an exponent, and don't worry about what 2 to the n does exactly. Just realize that n equals the number of uh, letters that you use to represent English sentences. So we have A, B, and C here. So that would mean that when we count them, 1, 2, 3, that would mean that n equals 3, right? So what do we do with that number? Well, it just kind of tells us how many rows we're going to need. So once we know n equals 3, we just plug in 2 to the 3, and we know that that equals 8. We know that equals 8 because 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. And that's what we're doing. We are just taking it to the third power. So just keep that in mind, and that's how we construct the number of rows we're going to need. So I'm just going to draw some lines here. Those are a little crooked, so maybe I'll start again. Yeah, actually, so thinking about this, we have, A, we have B. Oh, that does not look like a B. Looks like he failed the attempt at a B. And then we have C. And, these all have various meanings, but we'll just assign them A, the meaning Atlanta is really hot. I don't know what that means. B, we'll say Brooklyn is really famous, right? And then C, we'll say Chicago is the windy city. The windy city. So that's what our letters of the alphabet represent. Okay, they represent these these sentences, right? So we have 3 of them. So 2 to the n. Sorry. So when 2 to the 3 equals 8, we know that we're going to need 8 rows of truth tables. So I'm going to just let me just draw. Let me try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The only reason I'm drawing lines is because it's a little bit easier to see in this context. But you're not required to do that. And so, you can do it however you want as long as it's legible. So then, right, these are the rows over here. So we're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, it's so bad. But then let's think about the columns, right? The columns, I'm just going to label 0, 1, and 2, right? And when we think about the columns, like how we figure out the columns, this is going to be important, right? Because notice I've labeled this column 0, this column 1, and this column 2. When we're determining how to rotate the truth values, you'll see in a given column, for example, look over here at the blue. In an example column, you'll see true, false, true, false, true, false. Well, how do we know how to rotate them and how many times? Well, I'm telling you that right this second. So if this is 0 over here, we just do 2 to the n minus 1, right? And so since c is n equals 1, that equals 2 to the 0, which equals 1, right? And then if we look over here at column 1, 2 to the 1 equals 2. And then 2 to the 2 equals 4. And you'll see here that I'm about to rotate, or how I'm going to rotate the t's and the f's. So 1t, 1f, 1t, 1f, 1t, 1f, 1t, 1f, right? So let me do that again here. So here we are on this one. So for every 2 t's, I need 2 f's. So t, t, f, f, t, oops, t. Let me undo that. That was really bad. So t, and then f and f. I don't like those colors, and it's dripping. Okay, and then finally, we got 4 here. So for every 4 t's, we need 4 f's, right? And that's how you do it. Another way you can do it is you can just memorize that it when it goes from right to left, right? When it goes from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, the columns, that is, it just doubles each time. So it's 1 rotation here, 2 rotations here, 4 over here, 8 in the next, 16 in the next, etc. I'm going to erase that. So I hope this has been a little bit clear. Then we can just take arguments here, A and B, for example, and we can look here at the first row and see these are all true. These are true. At least one is false there. False here. False. And they're just false all the way down. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Now that's it. So that's how we actually construct the truth table. That's how we actually construct the rows. Like I said, just an easy way to memorize it is over here on the far right, and then going left, you just double it. So you'd rotate 1 time here, 2 times here, 4 times here, 8 times in the next one, 16 after that. I hope this has been helpful, and this is how you construct a truth table.